Here's a crazy headline out of Haaretz. Government says it will cut Israeli Film Academy funding after film depicting Israel negatively wins. You heard that correctly. So there's a movie out. It's called The Sea. This was made in Israel by Israeli filmmakers. You can read the synopsis right here. Khaled, a 12-year-old boy from a Palestinian village, gets the chance to see the sea for the first time in his life on a school trip. But when they reach a military checkpoint, the soldiers claim his permit is invalid and send him back home while his classmates continue their trip. Deeply disappointed, Khaled sets out to the sea on his own, even though he doesn't know the way and doesn't speak Hebrew. When his father, Ribby, an undocumented laborer working in Israel, learns that his son is missing, he leaves his job in search for him, risking arrest and the loss of his livelihood. So that is the thrust of the film. We'll play the trailer here. It is subtitled. I'm not going to read along with it. So if you're listening on audio, go watch the video version on Spotify for this part.
لا راح على البحر.
وانت لا؟
لا ماش تصريح.
احسن لك. شوف هي البحر رمل ووسخ وكرف وشمس، بتعوف حالك.
وليش؟ ابوي حكى مع المحامي بده يدبر التصريح.
كله خليه يدبرها على السريع، لانه اذا مرقت جيل 14 تقدرش تطلع تصريح شيلي.
وانا كدك يا ستي فتشرت اني بحياتي ما رح اشوف البحر، بس شفته. بكيت صرت اختيارة بس شفتها.
بديش استنى بنت تصير اختيار.
الو
ربحي يما.
ايه يما.
خالد اختفى.
شو؟
راح الجدار وفات منه. من وين بفوتوا العمال؟
רבחי, אתה לא יכול לתת באמצע יום עבודה. אני הבטחתי לשלמה שאנחנו מסיימים עד יום שישי, אני צריך אותך. אתה מבין מה יקרה אם יתפסו אותך? זה בית סוהר בטוח.
אבל זה הבן שלו.
هات الأجار عمي، هات الأجار.
هاي هذول.
2 شيكل؟ انزل عمي، انزل الله يسهل عليك، انزل.
تغلي تولاد زوج بكشة.
يما.
شو صار؟
انا بالطريق، في شيء ضروري يما؟
بعد انه صاير اشي بالقدس، سمعت؟
لا.
استشهد ولد، وكله من الشيخ خالد.
من وين انت؟
من رام الله.
لوين بدك تروح؟
على البحر.
שלום שרה.
רבחי? מה אתה עושה פה?
אני מחפש את הילד שלי. יכול להיות שהוא כאן, בן 12, בגובה כזה?
לא, הוא לא היה פה.
Okay, so that is the film. Now, once again, so this film wins basically the Israeli Oscar, and now they are going to get to submit the film to the American Oscars for consideration in the Best Foreign Film category. And as retaliation for this, the Israeli government says it will cut Israeli Film Academy funding after film depicting Israel negatively wins. So funding for Israel's top film awards will be suspended after the Culture and Sports Ministry claimed the winning film about a Palestinian boy from the West Bank trying to see the sea for the first time defames the IDF and Israel. The Sea won the category for Best Film at the Israeli Film Academy's Ofer Awards, which are the leading award ceremony for Israel's film and television industry. The movie will go on to be considered at the Academy Awards in March 2026. Israel's Ministry of Culture and Sports added the film presents the Palestinian perspective and depicts the IDF and Israel in a negative light, calling the win outrageous and claiming without citation that it angered many Israeli citizens and IDF soldiers who dedicate their lives to defending the homeland, prompting him to announce the withdrawal of government funding for the embarrassing ceremony. Tell me this is not something that, like, Donald Trump might do, right? I mean, you
Yes.
can see why he loves them so much and why they love
Yeah.
him so much. Culture and Sports Minister Miki Zohar, a member of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party, added in a personal statement, "There is no greater insult to the citizens of Israel than the annual embarrassing and disconnected Ofer Awards. The fact that the winning film portrays our heroic soldiers in a defamatory and false manner while they risk their lives to protect us no longer surprises anyone." In response, the Academy, led by Chair Asaf Amir, stated without directly addressing the funding threat, "The Sea tells the story of a Palestinian boy from a small village near Ramallah whose one wish is to travel to Tel Aviv and see the sea he has never seen. Film selections and awards are determined by Academy members, all of whom are filmmakers and cultural professionals who choose the best works of Israeli cinema based on artistic excellence, creative freedom, and freedom of expression." The Academy chair hinted at Zohar in his remarks, calling the selection of the film a decisive and resonant response to calls to boycott the Israeli industry. So you see, the Academy didn't want to be boycotted, so they felt, hey, you know what? Like, this is not that it should have worked, but he's saying, hey, there are these 4,000,
Exactly.
movie people who are boycotting the industry. Maybe as a show of good faith, we award this film and you don't shut us down for it, right? But no such luck. "I am proud that an Arabic language film created through collaboration between Jewish and Palestinian Israelis will represent Israel at the Oscars," Amir said. Key point, Israelis. This was not made in the occupied territories. It was an Israeli movie.
And this is amazing because they spend so much time trying to tell people it's not an apartheid state. We have Israeli Arabs. Why would you not want to elevate this film?
Right, exactly. Like, this is the best Hasbara you have. Look, there's a film that's about a Palestinian boy. We gave it the award. We celebrated the film. See, we're not the apartheid state you tell us we are. But no, instead they do this. It's just incredible. In an interview with Haaretz's Sharon Falasab 2 months ago, director of the film, last name Pollock, said, "This is a road movie between the West Bank and Tel Aviv and reflects my own experience over years of attending protests in the occupied territories, especially against the barrier. You'd arrive at these seemingly pastoral places, olive trees, quiet rural homes, and then suddenly armed forces would show up, completely indifferent to the people living there, uprooting trees and destroying lives," he said. "And then I'd go back to Tel Aviv where everything is normal, people shopping, sitting in cafes." That disconnect also found its way into the film. He added, "I don't expect the film to change minds, but maybe it can open a window, a crack, a glimpse into another perspective." Well, not if the government has any say in it. So again, this is the democracy in the Middle East, where a movie made in Israel that is sympathetic to the Palestinian perspective wins this award, gets a chance to compete in America. What if this wins the award in America? Doesn't that make Israel look a little better? But no, they don't want that. No. If this is at all sympathetic to the Palestinian perspective, we're going to punish the Israeli Oscars basically for voting in this movie as a representative to the U.S. Oscars. Just amazing. Amazing. And this is why they have no self-awareness and no awareness of why this stuff is just not working anymore. But to the average person, you look at that and you say, why the hell would you do that? Why would you do that? How self-sabotaging is it to do that? But they don't see it that way.
The talentless directors made a film that all people hate. It's just the anti-Israeli Film Academy voted for it just because they hate the Israeli people. They're not real Israelis. It's a very Trumpian move. And increasingly, you're just seeing with Israel, their, challenge, resistance, having to be clever makes you smarter, makes you more capable. Being able to work with such impunity for 3/4 of a century has left them completely incapable of managing this moment where the entire world is waking up to what Israel really is. And they're lazy.
They're lazy propagandists because they've been able to be. They're coming out of a world, I keep saying we want to do this on a movie night, but I can't find a complete version of it, where Barbara Streisand hosted this, I think it was an ABC special honoring, I think it was the 50th anniversary of Israel. And that's the world they're used to functioning in. They think it's still that world. Like, if you watch it now, you want to see how people's perspectives have changed. You could never make that special today. And even before October 7th, like this just absolutely uncritical celebration of Israel like that. That is the atmosphere, the media atmosphere they're used to operating in. And it shows here, where you don't even have people making these decisions who have the subtlety of mind to say, hey, wait a second. We're trying to convince everybody we're not an apartheid state. And you have this joint film about a Palestinian that's very sympathetic, that's made with Palestinians and Israelis. This is great. Let's jump on this. Push it to the rafter. See how crazy these film professionals are to boycott Israel? Look at the kind of project that would be shut down if everyone listened to these crazed anti-Semites. I mean, you probably shouldn't go that way, but it would be a lot better if you built it off this than building it off. What do you mean? Genocide, schmenocide.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Please clap.